Hello, welcome to another edition of the Bread of Life Cooking Show, where we are here in the kitchen with the Young Men's Service of Allen. Now, Mr. Clark, how long have you been in this group?
We've been about a year, and it goes for 4 years all the way to our senior year.
So right now you're looking at the year 2012, where these young men are going to be graduating, probably receiving some plaques or service or how they do things. And I'll tell you, right now, today, we're going to be doing some mise en place, some things in the kitchen as far as setting up things and preparation as far as cheese or as fajitas. We're going to be doing those type of things on how they can cook in the kitchen. So right now, we're going to get started with our mise en place. We're going to set everything up, wash everything, even if you buy from any store, any produce company, or any outlet place where you get your vegetables and all your minerals. And you want to make sure that you're going to be washing everything before you use it, or before you eat it and take it into your body. We're going to start off with the grater because we want to get everything set up. We have to first start off with the cheese. We're going to grate the cheese right in the center here. And then we're going to use the other cheese. We're going to do the same thing with this. We've got a good mile of cheddar cheese. We're just going to grate the cheese right into this bowl. Then I got the other cheese, which is the mix. Looks like Kobe cheese here. We're going to mix that in the bowl as well. Then we're just going to work our way around the station, going around different stations and working our way around. Let's start. We're going to use different boards because of different cross-contamination. I don't want to cross-contaminate my product with this if I'm using chicken or shrimp or any type of thing. Just like your vegetables, you can still cross-contaminate. So I might cut the onions here, I might cut the onions here. I don't want to cross-contaminate. I want to use a different cutting board while I'm doing that. Okay, now I'm going to take the onion. This is what my young man is going to be working with. I'm just going to take this onion, cut it down the center, cut the ends off. My blade of the knife is going out. Notice that I have my cutting glove on and I have my sanitation glove on because of cross-contamination. Now, I'm going to take my knife here, and I'm just going to slice down the onions. This is what my young men are going to be doing. I'm going to start first cutting the onions off slowly because they're not used to cutting the onions. So I want to cut it down. I'm going to have them to cut it julienne style, cutting it slow, just like that. This is what they're going to be working with. Okay, after we do that, we're going to move this and set it up on our tray to get it ready for the next phase. I'm going to go ahead and take the lettuce. They're going to take the membrane of the lettuce, the core of the lettuce, and just hit it just like that. That's going to knock out the core of the lettuce. Okay? Also, we're just going to cut this down. We're going to shred our lettuce. Notice that I used the two different cutting boards. Okay? Now, we're just going to shred the lettuce down. I'm going to cut this in slow motion so our young men can see how we're doing this. Just like that. Using different knives, different products when I cut all my vegetables and everything. Now, thank you, Mr. Clark.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Now, we're going to go ahead with the bell peppers. I'm just going to cut the different styles of bell peppers. Do any of my young men have any questions so far?
No, sir.
These are all high school kids, too. They're very tall. Look how tall these young men are. High school kids. I'm out here in Allen today doing this food show presentation. Okay? Now, I know they're going to be having more questions, especially when it come down to feeding time. The questions will come out. I'm going to cut this let's see, let's use a serrated knife, cutting the bell peppers down. Guys, remember not to touch your face, not to touch or not do any kind of scratching or anything like that, touching your face when you're cutting things in the kitchen, even though you have gloves on. Okay, you have to make sure that everything is nice and clean. Okay, because this is food that you're putting in your body and you don't want to get sick, you know, germs. Germs is around us all the time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the core out of the bell pepper. Okay, we're going to use that, move that to the side. My young men are going to be cutting in julienne sticks, just like that, very slow matchsticks. They're going to be cutting the bell peppers because this is a good way when you want to use your fajitas. You don't want them to be too thick. You want them to be nice and thin, just like that. Okay? All right, so we're going to be doing that. And I'm going to work my way around here, keeping myself clean, keeping myself in the professional mode. Okay? Making sure everything is nice and clean. Let's go ahead and move this. Now we're going to come to the tomatoes. I'm going to take the tomatoes off the vine. And we're just going to take the... Mr. Clark, would you mind giving me one of those knives out of the box back there, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right? Now, I'm just going to take the tomato. Good vitamins. Good vitamins. We're just going to take the tomatoes, and the young men are going to be cutting the tomatoes like in a julienne style too as well. Just kind of leave them like medium chunks, not to be so small. We're just going to cut these tomatoes down just like that, kind of like in wedges. Okay? Moving everything to the side. Now, when I go to pick up my knife, I don't want to use the blade of the knife to slide my product over. I want to take my knife and move it up like this, using the dull side of the knife to slide my product over just like that. That way my product won't be, it'll cut very well for me, so I want to use that. Okay? All right. Right now, it is about that time. I have to take a break. Guys, don't move. This is exciting. We have some more and fun things to come up. Thank you for joining us on the Bread of Life Cooking Show.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones, and foods rich in fiber are good for your heart. So you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
Hello, welcome back. We're right here at the Young Men's Service Lead in Allen, where these young men are really putting things together on this fajita dish that we're doing today. Okay, what you're looking at right now is all of our young men they've been trained and cutting. Okay, he's right now is cutting up the tomatoes. We're going to go to our side with Matt Cornell, and you got Ryan Day. They're grilling up some cheese, cutting up the cheese over here. Matt is cutting up. Okay, we got Mr. Will cutting up the tomatoes. They're going to place them right in the bowl. What they're getting together here is the fajitas and the cheese, because we're going to top off the cheese with the fajitas too as well. Now, right now, during the commercial time, they said these guys they're getting real hungry. So this is my job to make them hungry, because the food that they're putting together here is going to be just phenomenal. Young men's cooking up a great presentation today. They're working as a team to get this product together. And they say men can't cook. Hey, there's all kinds of men that cook. And these young guys right here are really going to be putting up together. Then you have to see the vision first on what your presentation is going to look like and what it's going to taste like. These young men can cook. What school did you go to, Matt?
We go to Allen High School.
Allen High School? You're a senior?
No, we're freshmen.
Freshmen, okay. All freshmen group. What about you, Mr. Jeff? You're a freshman, is that right?
Yes, we're at Lowry.
Oh, okay.
We have our own school to go to.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome. Do you do any type of cooking at home?
Ramen noodles.
Oh, ramen noodles. Hey, that's a good start. That is a good start. That's the way, hey, I'll take some simple Roman noodles at home and just kind of spice it up a little bit, add in some shrimp or some beef or another type of chicken stock or some tomatoes, what have you, and you can just make a wonderful dish out of Roman noodles. Okay, now we're going to move to this side. After Matt get through grating up his cheese, we're going to go to the other side over here. So y'all going to follow me this way. Just like that. You got the onion. You're coming real close to your fingers, and you're just cutting it this way. Okay? Now, you're not going to cut like this, but you're going to use the knife into cutting this way. Just kind of using your knife, taking it down like so. Okay? All right. Mr. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and put that, and Mr. Matt, you can go ahead and put that in your plate. Or bowl, it doesn't matter. Okay? And you see how he just picked up his knife and he slid his product over? Good thing, Mr. Will, you're learning. Go ahead and use your knife, be in control of your knife. Good job. Watch your fingers. Okay? Once your onion get up. Okay, now, once your onion is so high up, just move your onion, slide your product over, move your onion down this way. You got more control into your onion.
Okay.
Slide your product over. Good job.
You can do it, man.
Okay, now, we're over here to my left. I'm going to have these two guys to go ahead and slice down the lettuce. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Mr. Tell people your name again.
Jeff.
Mr. Jeff. I got a brother named Jeff. Go ahead and cut your lettuce down. You're going to cut it real thin. Remember, you're in control. Mr. Mack, would you mind handing me another head of lettuce, please? Okay, thank you. There you go. There you go. Now we're going to use our plate. I'm going to go ahead and place this in your plate for holding. Taking the brown stuff that we're not going to use to just kind of move it to the side. Let's go ahead and put it in our sink. I'm going to clean this up here. All right. I want you to do what I did with the lettuce that we did before we had in the commercial. Show me how you can break this core out of the lettuce. You can either do it. Did I squeeze it?
I have no idea.
Okay, you can either hit it with your palm,
Okay.
or you can bounce it on the board. That'll move everything up to bring that core out. Okay, bring your core out. Great job. You even did a better job than myself. Good job. Now, let's move to our bell peppers. We're just going to leave that like that. Let's move over to the side, and we're going to cut down the bell peppers. This is what you want to cut down. You want to leave the white out. You want to make sure you can get all that out of there. Cutting it down real thin. Okay, and I want to use a different knife on this. Let's go ahead and use this knife. I can either cut it this way with the skin on, or I can go with the skin off. Cutting it very thin, just like that. I'm rocking the knife with the bell pepper. Okay, who want to start this first? I think I will go with Mr. Jeff. Try not to get into the... There you go. Chef Jeff. Cut it into your bell pepper. Rocking your knife. There you go. There you go. I like that. Right now we're in the session where we're going to start cooking the chicken for our fajitas, and also we're going to have the beef fajitas, and we're going to go outside here later on in the show. But I'm going to go ahead and tell the guys now, when you take your chicken, you want to use this marinated chicken, which is great. Okay, the chicken is pretty thick right now, so we're going to butterfly the chicken to make sure that it cooked inside out. So we're going to have to butterfly it to make sure it have a quicker cook time. So I'm going to leave the belly side of the chicken. We're going to place this in our pan first. Pan is already hot. You have to make sure your pan is already hot. I'm just going to place this